Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and happy Monday to you all. Hopefully, your week is off to a great start, or if you're watching this at any other point in the week, hopefully, you're having a great day nonetheless. I have only just gotten home. It is 10 to 9 in the evening, but I have just enough time to get through a couple of MVs, so that's exactly what we are going to do. And this one is very exciting indeed because aespa are starting to come back with their latest era of brand new music, starting with the pre-release title Supernova, which, I don't know, it's just something about that word. Maybe it's that, like, the astronomer in me, or the space lover in me, but I just love that word, Supernova. But I have no idea what direction aespa could go with this. And even just based off of the last couple of eras that we've delved into with aespa, I genuinely don't know what they could do with it. So, let's find out, shall we? Here we go! Right, aespa's Supernova. I wonder, because of the time of year, I wonder if we're gonna go kind of along the direction of spicy again, so a little bit brighter, a little bit poppier. And just based off of the start of the MV, it looks somewhat bright-ish, unless they just flip the script once the song starts and go something like drama. I don't know. Either way, I'm very excited for it, because, well, aespa musically has always been really interesting for me. Whether like they produce a song that's like my favorite of the year or not, it doesn't really matter. Every single time it's going to be musically interesting. And I guess another point, it's going to be really cool to see Winter back doing her thing, because, well, she had quite a scary medical situation earlier on in the year. Hopefully she's on the up and mend. So here we go. Bump it up in my ears one time.
I'm like,
ow,
some kind of supernova. Watch out, look at me go. Give me boy. So
oh, hello. Really interesting. There isn't a lot musically that's going on right now. Whoa! Yo, why does this chorus kind of rip? Wow.
Make it feel too right. Energy, so special.
What is happening? There's a lot happening. And the fact that it just keeps going back and forth from this like musical to this rhythmic top line is kind of crazy. Tap, hyper, stella. Yeah, this is a journey and a half. There's a lot happening. But once again, musically, very interesting. Ooh, switch it up one time, hello. They've really just gone with a different recipe the final time around. And then we bring it back to the hook, okay. Hyper, Stella. Okay, this bit is kind of creeping me out a little visually, but musically, wow. Oh, there is a lot of confidence in that, isn't there? Yowza. Oh, not the aespa. Oh, it's been so long since we had. I thought SM finally got rid of it, but nope, the aespa is still a thing. Ah. But Supernova as a song is kind of a trip. In honestly, such an aespa way, it is such a trip. It's loud. It is brash. It doesn't hold back on anything. And at this point, this is like what I want from an aespa song. I want to be like exhausted listening to an aespa song after first listen because I want to be overwhelmed. Drama was one of those songs that was like way over the top of my brain to be able to process on first listen, and it really kind of like meshed with me later. Even with Spicy, it was just like, okay, this is a lot to take in at once. I'm gonna need a couple times around. Supernova, much the same way. And with aespa, I don't really care that that's the case. A lot of times I want to be able to like lock into a song, just boom. But with aespa, I never really get that sensation because they make music that for me I want to spend time with. And because of it, a lot of tracks that they make kind of rank pretty highly for me. Like Illusion for me is still my aespa one top song. But I don't really have any qualms about any song that aespa has made so far. And as this, like, if this is gonna be the direction they go for a pre-release, this title track could be something kind of magnificent. Will they stay on script and go with something like Supernova, or will they completely go a different direction? I don't know, but the excitement level is high. But let's talk about the song real quick once. This isn't meant to be like comparative in like, you know, putting one above the other or anything like that, but this type of song, you know, it's electronic heavy, it's powerful, there's a certain amount of sass and attitude to it. I'm kind of a sucker for this type of song because you feel it in your entire body when you listen to it. So earlier on in the year, like Idol had Super Lady, right? aespa's Supernova very much for me gives off the same kind of vibes. And it's just, there's something about this confident yet sassy attitude that just is really fun to listen to for me. I can't really articulate it all that well, but the fact that we've gotten multiple kind of iterations of music like this makes my heart very happy indeed. As a multi myself, I love it whenever my brain latches onto like a concept and we get more of it.
Like some kind of supernova. Watch out, look at me go. Give me 좀 boy. 빛의 core. So high.
Really interesting that the verse section doesn't really have like a big instrumental part. It has pads and it has that weird sliding like rubbery synthesizer, and that's it. Even the vocal top line doesn't have much of a melody to it. And I think just that really almost blank canvas it sets up for itself in the verse is a really interesting kind of dynamic that it creates, because it allows the song kind of go anywhere it wants within the confines of the genre of the sound, so that, you know, like very glitchy electro sound. And usually I would want something melodic, but for me, it's like I kind of want it to stay rhythmic almost. It's like the charm of this song is the fact that that verse is very much just rap and beats. Even Winter coming in there, whatever she's singing slash rapping slash whatever her part is in that vocal top line does have a pitch associated to him. and yet the delivery behind it is so rhythm oriented that it doesn't feel like there is an actual pitch associated with it for me. It's kind of maintaining that purely rhythmic top line, which I appreciate. That hit of the vocals completely threw me off first time around. It's just like a kind of a complex musical chord that comes up out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, it's if its main purpose was to, you know, bring the attention back into the song, it did its job perfectly. Yeah, this hook is, it's such a simple hook. Like, the melody is repetitive, or it's like the actual notes itself is repetitive. It's easy to remember. And then once you get that energy hit, you feel that, right? As you build it up. Supernova. Interweave a little bit of a rap element into the chorus too. Yeah, like, overall, the top line is not a very musically complex top line, apart from the little, like, musical chord interjections that you get. And yet, the final product has so much going on with it that it creates this multi-layered, very complex, but very fitting song that, for me, gets me amped up for whatever's coming up next. aespa's releases for me are always a little bit scary because I never know what I'm gonna get, and that's partly down to me just avoiding every single teaser and audio spoiler like they're the plague, because I don't want to be spoiled before I approach new music. But there is just something about aespa that's like, it's that anticipation, but the fear of the uncertainty of the future kind of deal. But once I finish listening to a brand new aespa song, it's like, oh, okay, yeah. Now this was so worth the wait. And it was a song like Supernova that just really brings the heat right away. Like, Welcome to My World as a pre-release during Spicy era was a lot of fun, because I loved, like, the almost ballady, like, big dramatic music. And honestly, Welcome to My World is still one of my favorite aespa songs that they've done. It's because I think it's such a pretty song. But then you have a song on the other side of the spectrum like Supernova that's so in your face and that's so loud as the pre-release. If we're talking about building anticipation and building hype, getting the energy levels up before release, a song like Supernova is gonna do the job. And it has done the job, because I am so tremendously excited for whenever this Armageddon album drops. I forget, is it a studio album? It is a studio album. Also, lots of B-sides to look forward to in the future. And of course, we will be covering that whenever that drops. But that is going to be it from me today with aespa's Supernova. Thank you all for watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today. Let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world. Whether it be checking in with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day today. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.